Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Superintendents Unplugged, In Depth with Davis, the podcast where we'll dive deep into the world of educational leadership. I'm your host, Addison Davis, and I'm thrilled to have you join me as we embark on the inspiring journey together. As a superintendent once myself, I understand the challenges and complexities that come with leading a school district. But what I've come to realize is that there's abundance of amazing work being done by superintendents all across our country. This podcast is a platform to shine a spotlight on their incredible accomplishments and innovative approaches. Each episode will bring you exclusive interviews and superintendents from various districts across our country, both big and small, urban and rural, as they share their personal stories, triumphs, and even their moments of vulnerability. We will explore the strategies they employ to tackle the ever-evolving landscape of education, from fostering equity and inclusivity to embracing technology and preparing students for their future. But this podcast isn't just about showcasing success. It's about fostering a community of educational leaders who can learn from one another, share their experiences, and collectively navigate the complexities of our role. We'll discuss the tough topics as well, the difficult decisions, and the innovative solutions that are transforming education for the better. So while you're an educator, a parent, a student, or simply someone who's passionate about education, this podcast is for you. Superintendents Unplugged is your behind-the-scenes pass to the world of educational leadership, where we uncover the stories that inspire, motivate, and empower every one of us. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and entertained as we embark on this incredible journey together. I can't wait to introduce you to the remarkable superintendents who are changing the educational landscape one district at a time. Welcome to another episode of Superintendents Unplugged, In Depth with Davis. I'm your host, Addison Davis, here in San Diego with an awesome leader. It's just such a pleasure to have you, Dr. Maria Vazquez, Orange County Public Schools, Florida, superintendent, top 10 school district in the nation, 213 schools. How many students, Doc?
Yeah, we have just under 208,000 students.
208,000 students in the middle of the hub of Orlando, Florida, home of Mickey Mouse, and some Universal too, I would guess, and cool things. So thank you for being here, Doc.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
Awesome. So listen, we've been colleagues for a long time, and I'm going to come out of the gate with this. Taking over Orange County was not an easy task. You had one of the best superintendents in the nation that led gracefully, that was sophisticated, analytically driven, and it's hard to follow those types of shoes. Yeah. But Doc, you have done an amazing job building on that foundation and escalating the work. Congratulations to you for doing that, Doc.
Thank you so much. And yes, Dr. Barbara Jenkins was phenomenal.
Great lady.
An incredible mentor and an individual that has helped so many of us thrive in that space of leadership and education and being focused on the work. And I think that's one of her greatest talents.
Listen, I used to burn her cell phone up. So, I mean, I get it. Hey, I'm doing this in Hillsborough. What's going on? And she was always there and so grateful. 30 plus years in education. People usually look at 30 years and I'm out. You continue this journey. You still have the joy. Look at that smile on your face. And you know what? For being superintendent in the top 10 school district in the nation, I tell you, it's not easy. But when we see you, we see that energy, that focus, that smile. You love this job. And, how's it been in this role? Because it's very different between a number one and a number two.
Oh, absolutely. And I do. I love what I do. I think that's a blessing I've had in my 30 plus years in education is that I really have loved the work. And although the superintendency was not something that I had in my career pathway, it has certainly given me great joy. And despite the challenges that we are facing, I believe it's the most important work any one of us can do. We're preparing our students for the future, and I think that there's so much joy that comes from that work.
You know, I see it every day, and you know, having so many students and moving this work, you're in a mega hub of Orlando. You're in a school district. And in Florida, let's be clear, it's not easy because they move parameters, they move analytic measures all over the place. What's been that playbook to get you there?
So it's really boils down to the amazing people that make up Orange County Public Schools, whether it's the support staff at the school level, at the district level, our incredible teachers that work so hard each and every day, our leaders. We're all focused on really two things: creating a culture across our district where the people feel that they're safe, supported, and successful.
Right.
And if you can create that environment, you're going to have children, you're going to have adults that are successful. And that's really what we focus on, those two things. I can't stress enough what an amazing team I have. Some of us have worked together for many years. Some are newer to the role, but we get along very well.
Right.
It's a very diverse group of individuals from various backgrounds. We respect one another. We all know that whether you are in charge of facilities or food and nutrition, or you're over the division of learning, all of us are focused on ensuring all of our children, regardless of their background,
Right.
have access to the very best education. So it's great.
I mean, we talk about team, right? We're only as good as our next hire, and you know, putting people in the right position to lead. And one thing that Orange County has done, they are recognized around the nation for producing highly qualified, skilled leaders to go into C-level positions and also the superintendent positions. There's a ton of you out there.
Yeah,
And you know, I get a chance to interact with some of your leaders, Harold, whether it be James Russo, whether it be middle school team. I mean, like, they are surgeons. You know, they are so good at their job, and they're careful of their job. They're analytical of their job. How do you build that team? Because it's a machine in Orange County. It really is.
Yeah. So what I like to, tell folks is that we're the eighth largest school district in the country, and people think, oh my gosh, how many, when you tell them like 213 schools, they can't fathom.
Yeah, right. It's a lot.
But we have really like a small
Yeah.
town feel.
Yeah.
And we have great support from our community, whether it's the local businesses, whether
Sure.
it's the Disneys of the world, travel and leisure, whatever the organization is, they all are invested in Orange County Public Schools and want to partner with us. And I believe that those experiences, the ability to work with different divisions, the ability to connect with the resources in our community and see how we can make each day better,
Right.
is what has resulted in so many of these amazing leaders across the country. And you're right, many have been superintendents.
They're all over the place.
They are, and many are tapped, for information.
Sure.
They
But
present at
Yeah.
They serve on panels and committees. They present across the country because of the great things that we're doing.
Right.
But it really does boil down to the people and the relationships that we've been able to build.
It's great. And those who are watching, I'm sorry to tell you this. If you're going for superintendency and someone from Orange County shows up, you got to put your seatbelt on and your chin strap on, because they're coming to play. And they're coming to rock and roll. But graduation rate, highest ever. I mean, you have 213 schools. Your graduation rate is 96%. I mean, that is awesome, Doc.
It is.
I
And that's just
get there.
another testament to the work that's being done. And it starts in
Yeah.
pre-K.
I say it doesn't just start in high school, right?
It does not. It does not. And our focus on literacy and on professional development,
Sure.
making sure that our teams have the latest and greatest research,
Sure.
that they have the resources that they need. And the other piece that contributes to our graduation rate and really the successes that we are seeing in our district, I'm very blessed to have an incredible board,
Yeah.
right?
Matters, right, Doc?
No, it's more than matters. Like it really,
Those who are watching, listen to Doc. It's right. More than matters.
they also come from very, diverse backgrounds. Some are educators, some are from the business world. And each of them is committed to ensuring our children have pathways that are going to lead them to success. And when you have a board that is aligned and committed and we're all focused on doing that work, it really creates amazing communities, and the outcomes not easy, but they do manifest themselves.
That's right. And you have 7 or 9, Doc.
I have board members.
Yes,
I have 8.
8. Oh, have 8.
I have 8 board members.
How does that work?
So
because usually you have to have an odd just in case a tiebreaker. Is the attorney the tiebreaker?
Oh gosh, no.
Oh God.
No, we would not want our attorney to be the tiebreaker. So we are the only district in the state of Florida with an elected chair. And so the elected chair, the chair is elected at large.
So they get a double vote.
They're, in case of a tie, they are the tiebreaker.
Wow. So it's important to be that chair. Wow. And in that, so they elected chair for how many years?
4.
Wow. So you get the same consistent chair for 4 years.
Yes.
That is a blessing.
It really is.
I mean, not that we don't want people to have opportunity, but stability and having that working relation with the board chair is so important. That way it doesn't get messy in the elections, right?
Right.
And it hurts feelings because everybody wants to be it sometimes. But and when they're not, it's because be a separator.
Yeah. And really, she is an amazing chair, and does not want to be the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right. Right. So I think that's right. I think that's the other piece that I value so much is how they really listen to one another. They come back to their purpose, and rarely do we have a tiebreaker. So I'm fascinated now because I didn't know that, and I should know this for 26 years in education in Florida. I'm so sorry. And a superintendent down the road from you. I know, right? I'm like, that's really different. So this person has to run an election for the at-large chair, no different than what the other board members are. Wow. Yeah. Now, I will tell you that our chair, and she's in her second term, was mayor of Orange County. And so I actually knew her when I was an assistant principal, and she was a parent in one of our schools. And so it was really it was very cool to be able to work with her in that capacity after, so many years. But yeah, like I said, it's a great team from the very, very top all the way to the classroom in the school.
That's right. It really matters. Now more than ever, and we don't have to dive deep into it, politics has become hard for superintendents. It's become hard for boards. And for those who are new in it or want to transition into the superintendency, understanding how to be political savvy is now a must.
Absolutely.
And, it's no longer that you can't play the game of delegations and understand what's going on locally, what's going on from a state perspective or a federal perspective. You better be plugged in. Well, any recommendations for soups to talk about how they navigate that process and while continuing to focus on what really matters to most children?
So I had some great advice early on in my superintendency, and I have taken it to heart and believe it. That number one, we have more in common than we don't have in common. And sometimes the vocabulary is what gets in the way. And I think that's so true because we have, in Florida, we have been the leader in a lot of initiatives and a lot of changes to education that now we're seeing across the country. But at the end of the day, everyone wants our children to be able to read, write, do mathematics, have career pathway choices.
That's right.
They want us to have the very best teachers in our schools. And sometimes we get so hung up on the vocabulary when we're talking about the same thing. And I'll give you an example. And equity. This is
Yeah.
this word that
Sure.
there's so
That's
much tension around
Yeah.
equity.
It's not a dirty word.
No, but when we look at equity in the lens of education, we want all children,
That's right.
regardless of their background,
Say it, Doc. That's
to
right.
have what they need to be successful.
That's right.
And when that's your definition of equity, nobody argues with you. And I think that the greatest, aha for me was, number one, it is very political, more so than it ever has
I
been.
wanted to be right.
Right. And I think that's what we have to remember is, how do I do the work
Right.
that I need to do to ensure our children are getting what they need and what they deserve. And that's my advice. My advice is that, number one, know that it is political. You may or may not be elected. I am not. I'm appointed. But you are in a very political position,
Right.
and you need to be able to navigate that space in a way that allows you, and more importantly, your teams, to do the work so that this noise out here isn't impacting, the great work that they're doing in the classrooms.
That's right. Well said, Doc. I mean, you have to be able to embrace it and transition through it. And, you're doing a masterful job. I know you work with your delegations and you work with the state. You work with organizations around the nation, and you just lead it in an exceptional manner. Last thing, favorite place to eat in Orlando? I have a place in Oviedo, but
Oh my
I've
gosh.
had, my wife and my kids, we've had Disney passes for 24 years, and we love it. Yeah, we love it. We love it.
Yeah. Oh, so we do love Disney. So I want to say I do have a lot of favorite places, but I want to say that my favorite place right now
Okay.
is Bacan.
Bacan.
It's a restaurant out where we live in Lake Nona.
I hope Nallie's not watching, my wife. It looks like I'm going to Pecan.
Really good. We love it. But there's so many good places to eat.
There's an Italian restaurant somewhere in Orlando. I don't remember. It's like a mom and pop sub place, pasta place. Gosh, maybe it starts with S. I don't know. I'm gonna text you it. But
Okay, is it good?
my daughter, when we drive down there, goes there all the time, and it's so refreshing to go there. It's really great. But
Yeah, we have great restaurants out there.
it is. It's a cool place to lead, a cool place to live. And you've been in Orange County your whole life?
Not my entire life,
Okay.
but I am a native Floridian. I was born and raised in Tampa,
Okay.
and then right.
There you go. Old stopping grounds.
Yeah, and then after I was married, shortly after that, we moved to Orlando. We've lived there now for 30 years. So it's home. We love it, and it's a great community. And I can't say enough how much they are supporters of public education.
That's right.
And they want the community to
That's
thrive, and they see that education is key to that success.
Perfect. And I'll close this up. But Doc's talking about the community wrapping their arms around Orange County. They really, truly, referendums, half-cent penny tax. I mean, they're all in to make certain they give children hope. And that just talks about how well you're doing being champions and stewards of their dollars and doing cool things. So, Doc, thank you for being with me today. Thank you for a leader. I miss you, but I watch you all the time on social media and what you do in the work. And I'm glad to call you a friend, a colleague, and you're doing cool things. I thank your husband as well for being a champion for children as he's in education. And I know it's not easy, but congrats, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. It's great to spend time with you.
Until next time, you've heard it from the 8th largest school district in the nation, Dr. Maria Vazquez, Orange County Public Schools. Go Florida.